Hi, I'm here to audition for Ally McBatty in the show Allison and Maddie, a show about two white girls that get into kooky situations.
Yeah. So, before we start here, you know, acting is great and all, and you really don't have to be that good. What we really want to know is, can you...
Sing? Not really. I mean, this is just an acting role, right? I shouldn't have to sing in the show, right?
Well, the reason I ask that is, we might try to shoehorn your music career after the show ends for some extra cash for the company. So we're gonna need you to sing if you want to get this role.
I'm breaking free, I'm breaking free. See me in a red dress as they judge in the sky. You see me in a red...
Hi, welcome to my channel where I discuss topics that no one else cares about. Today I want to talk to you about Disney. Not that no one else cares about Disney, it's just that there are 5 million videos on Disney. Yes, that Disney that has that extremely formulaic formula for success. And will probably own your house one day. Oh wait.
This is Golden Oak, an Imagineer design community of homes built by Disney within the Walt Disney World Resort in Florida.
Disney does many things well, like their films. And they do a lot of things not so well, like their films. One thing Disney definitely knows how to do, though, is... they'll make a megastar out of you. Disney's not-so-secret formula for success is pretty repetitive, and we've seen it time and time again. Star gets cast in popular show ends, Disney curates successful debut album, star kind of goes crazy for a bit or completely fades off into obscurity, or continues their career, or all of the above. We've seen this with Demi Lovato, Zac Efron, Miley Cyrus, Selena Gomez, Raven-Symoné, Dylan and Cole Sprouse, and most recently, Olivia Rodrigo. Now, based on what I've said so far, it might seem like Disney's formula is like an automatic ticket to success, to like complete superstardom post-Disney. But is that always the case? The short answer? Obviously is no, but there's more to it than that. And that might seem obvious, but we often don't think about it because the people we forgot about, well, we forgot about them. We have people that never really made it into mainstream, like Mitchel Musso, and we have people who just didn't want to go mainstream, like Adam Lamberg of Lizzie McGuire fame, who's literally just a professor now. And we shouldn't paint those people as failures, or anything of the sort, or paint it like the Disney formula didn't work on them. Because that's not necessarily true. So how exactly does the Disney formula work? My tinfoil hat Disney conspiracy says that Disney planned this whole thing from the start. Disney is meticulous and planned. They knew Olivia Rodrigo was gonna be the next big thing. They invested a lot of time, marketing, and production into her because Olivia was Disney's next big music industry plant. And they are fully aware of this. And that's not necessarily a bad thing either. She's got some bops. And her Sour album proves that she has a unique sound and great songwriting capabilities. Being an industry plant doesn't automatically negate any talent or deservingness of fame, which is a bigger issue in itself that I think could be a whole separate video, where just because you blew up out of nowhere automatically means you have zero talent or personality, which is just not true. Stream Build-A-Bitch. Now, where am I going with this? Because Disney invested so much of their resources into Olivia, we can presume that their remaining resources were lacking for other artists that they have signed. So who is getting the short end of the stick here? Disney's stars like Jamie Lynn Spears, Free Britney, and Victoria Justice just didn't catch on to the music industry. But why? Disney's got it all together, right? Until I realized that Zoey 101 and Victorious were aired on Nickelodeon and not Disney, and now I have to rewrite this part of the script. Disney stars like the Cheetah Girls, Ally and AJ, Ashley Tisdale, and Vanessa Hudgens just didn't catch on to the music industry. But why? Disney's got it all together, right? Take two. Pretty good. And I mean, those artists I listed had some straight up bops. So why didn't they get the same Disney backing treatment that Olivia Rodrigo got? Or Selena Gomez? Or Demi Lovato? I mean, Vanessa Hudgens' singles were extremely successful. Say Okay, Sneaker Night, Ashley Tisdale's He Said, She Said, and It's Alright, It's Okay were both singles that explored more mature themes to break out of the Disney bubble and into mainstream music. So what happened? All these artists, flopped or not, from Vanessa to Selena to Demi, with the exception of Ashley Tisdale, have all been produced by one company. Hollywood Records.
Oh my God.
With all these artists being produced and handled by the same company, label, and Disney machine, priority clearly seemed to land in certain artists than others. Because if you think about the timing, all the artists that I mentioned, who I think were the previous generation of Disney breakout stars, were coming out into their solo careers within the same 3 to 4 year period, from 2007 to 2010, with exception to some older ones like Hilary Duff.
Hi, I'm Hilary Duff from Lizzie McGuire, and you're watching the Disney Channel.
Miley Cyrus, Demi Lovato, Selena Gomez, Ashley Tisdale, Vanessa Hudgens, and that whole group, part of the same era. And just to be specific, I guess, I would argue that Bridget Mendler, Zendaya, and Bella Thorne are part of the next Disney generation after them. But so, for the reason for these Disney flops, the timing, the resources, at the time, after seeing the success that Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake had in the late 90s after leaving Disney, after their time on Mickey Mouse Club, I think Disney wanted a piece of that pie. So they began curating their own artists so they would reap the profits. And I think the first generation that we really saw this was Hilary Duff, with her music career following Lizzie McGuire, which achieved great success for the show and Disney at the time. Unfortunately, after Lizzie McGuire ended in 2004, Hilary Duff's music career also came to a full halt, probably without the Disney machine behind her pushing her music to push the show, because Hilary was no longer useful for them. That, or Hilary Duff just didn't want to pursue her music career after the show. At least, not as part of the Disney machine. So after Hilary Duff's huge commercial success with Metamorphosis, it did seem like all of Disney's next generation actors were just poop, and Disney was just throwing all of them at the wall to seeing which one would stick, which probably took a lot of time, resources, and energy from Disney. So eventually they started to pour their resources into a select few that they knew they could push out as breakout stars. And I think they would do that every few years or every era of Disney. And so that's my take on it anyway. And while we're here, can we talk about how every Disney show is like extremely whitewashed? Like, I knew that this was general information, but I was looking up a list of Disney shows to research for this video, and I noticed that literally all of them are white. And when they do pick a chosen non-white person per show, they pick the most white passing person of color that they can find, like Olivia Rodrigo and Zendaya, who even said herself that she's Hollywood's acceptable version of a black girl, which is insane.
I am, Hollywood's, I guess you could say, acceptable version of a black girl, and that has to change.
I feel like this is just so weird to me that no one's talking about it. But you know what you should be talking about? My music on Spotify. Since we've been talking so much about the music industry in this video, I'm gonna promote my own shit. I'm Gabi Belle on Spotify and everywhere else. Please subscribe, or I will cry. On Friday, September 3rd, I am dropping a single with my good friend Cormac. It's a lo-fi pop song, so make sure you're following me on Spotify to check it out when it comes out. Bye.
Frozen tears and broken